Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Well, we're on the way. Well, Jim, there have been quite a few lethal front threes. Batistuta!
What a cracking save from the keeper. That may turn out to be a pivotal moment.
Now then, the ball's come loose. And this is Cruyff. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now that looks a decent ball. And he's cut it out. Cannavaro. Vieira. And it's Neymar. Driving on and making good progress. There's a beautiful simplicity about this. And the finish! Deftly away. And here's Messi. Very nicely done. And a chance! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
Neymar has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Still goalless. That has ended up in no man's land. Yaya Toure. Cruyff. Foot in. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Seedorf. And it's Messi. And it's Messi. And here's Eto'o.
Eto'o really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
And Batistuta! Oh, that is rather wayward.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
It's an inviting-looking ball, that. Now there's Luis Suarez! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And we have our very first corner. And it's hoisted clear. Heracles have the chance to go the other way. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And there is the half-time whistle. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. The midway point of the game.
What an end to the half, Peter. A lot of the best action of the half coming at the very end, and I get the feeling the second half may well start in similar fashion, as we'd love to see this momentum maintained. So I'm looking forward to what's to come.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. So neither side has yet broken through. Chance for a shot! It's in!
Boom! There we go. And it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree.
So smooth, a signature finish.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs, and when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
So we have our... It's Luis Suarez! That's a half-decent try. Heracles appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Xavi Alonso. And that is as far as they're going to go. Luis Suarez.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
And it's Cruyff. Now, can they get him away? He's shifting through the gears here. That's been intercepted. Your impression so far, Jim?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
Now it's Eto'o. Cruyff. The less said about that pass, the better.
Heracles surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Looking tidy in possession. Luis Suarez! Oh, that could cost them.
That was extremely good focus from the keeper, and it could turn out to be quite a significant moment.
It's their second corner of the game. Defending of the desperate variety. And now a sudden chance to counter. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. It's Eto'o! It's in! And surely now, the result's beyond doubt. That is lovely, finished with amazing expertise.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
Heracles could not have picked a better time to snatch a two-goal lead. Is there still time for a response?
Has been indicated.
Well, I think if they're going to have any hope from here, they'll need to see their more experienced lads step up to the plate now.
And that will be the final act. A performance of perspiration, work rate, grit, and those are very good qualities that might have got them something on another day. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So it's away we go then.
Hidetoshi Nakata, I think, will be an interesting player to watch in this, Peter. A great all-round midfielder who loves to just hold those central positions.
And a trailblazer, one of those modern-day playmakers. All action, covers so much ground, doesn't he? More than just a number 10.
He does. I mean, he does so many things well in his game that he's respected throughout the world.
Well, he's felt that, hasn't he? Nedved. Now it's Cruyff. Now it's Luis Suarez. Nakata. Jordi Alba. Bellingham might just make this. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Mbappe!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And it's Neymar. Oh, perfectly measured that. Neymar is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Bellingham. Nakata. Looking for options for movement. Flashes, big header! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
It's a quick ball upfield. Joelinton takes control of it and he's on the move. Mbappe! Neither side yet able to find the net. Now it's Mbappe. And this is Cruyff. Oh, this looks sharp. And it's Bellingham. Aimed beyond the defence. Schmeichel breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Nedved. Now it's Cruyff. Passing is crisp and sharp. Mbappe. Bellingham. Bellingham proves just a little bit too strong. Now it's Luis Suarez. Searching pass he's played there. There's no flag. And that is expertly dealt with. And he's there to belt it away. Bellingham. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Oh, Red, nice interception. He is through here. Nedved. There's the whistle for half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. How would you review the first half?
Well, there's no way to disguise the fact that they've been poor. Not a single shot on goal tells you all you need to know, Peter. Everything seems a little hurried to me, a little rushed, panicked even at times.
So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0.
Substitution on the field, number 14, Johan Cruyff.
That gets things going for the second half.
Number 17.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Ah, good steal, he just read it. Joelinton. And he shoots! It's there!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were...
Great chance! It's there! They're level in a trice!
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
And it's Bellingham. Neymar. Now that looks a decent ball. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Sergi. He won't be happy with that one. Now it's Villa. Nakata. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Yep. Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe! Luis Suarez. Can he finish? And he's heaved it away. And this is Batistuta. Really fierce, close defending.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And they've got their lead back. That is simply terrific, finished with beautiful deftness.
Well, he had time to weigh up the fact that the keeper was vulnerable, and he duly lobbed him.
Substitution on the field. Number 17, Batistuta.
So, time for changes on
the
both sides, actually.
Number 19.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Mendes clears. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Oh, a delicate chip through. No, not quite on the same wavelength.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
There will be 5 minutes added time.
Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. It's a good run down the left-hand side. 5 minutes to add. Maicon gets over and intercepts. Now he's off and running. And time is up. Well, this was a game they could so easily have won on another day, but alas, that wasn't to be, and they... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So we're up and running.
Well, Peter, it's easy to heap praise on players that play further up the field, but they couldn't do what they did without the unsung heroes doing the dirty work, and Frank Rijkaard is amongst the very best in the business.
Some say the best ever.
Yeah, and I can see why. He's about as sophisticated as players come, and his role covers everything from reclaiming the ball to, well, pretty much...
Has a shot! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post! Rijkaard is there and he can pick it up. Tries to pass it through. That has been cut short. And here's Batistuta. Now it's Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez! Same again, same outcome.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
And we have our very first corner. Big header! Fermin gets good distance on it. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. And now they can spring out of defence. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Mbappe. And he's well positioned here. It's run loose. Who's going to get there? There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Couldn't squeeze it through. No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. That's a cute ball. Chance! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
He's going for goal! Denied by an instinctive save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Schmeichel gets his hands on it and the danger is averted. And now a sudden chance to counter. He's a sharp little ball here.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risk.
Oh, what has happened here? And it's Sergi. Sergi with the cross. And he's taking no chances there. In again.
Oh, that was one big no-no when you've got a queue formed in the box.
Looking to play him in. Now that's a fine challenge. Nedved spread it left.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Nice bit of trickery. He's got plenty of space out wide here. He's free, he shapes to shoot! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
He'll be irritated with that, Peter. He really did spring into life as he made his run.
Pepe does really well to win the ball there. Nedved.
There will be one minute
That's been
added
intercepted.
time.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here.
We would like to inform you
So
that
there was the
CCTV
first
is
half.
now in operation
What a pleasant
for your
surprise
safety.
to see how open this game is turning into. Just wondering if the two teams are going to keep doing what we've seen in the first half. I hope that a cautious aspect doesn't kick in.
So we reached the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. So neither side has yet broken through. Now there's a fine... And Batistuta! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Koundé gets it clear. And that's definitely not his best. Ambitious ball here. Not the most accurate pass. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Goalless still, neither side really getting onto the front foot. And this is Luis Suarez. An uncompromising challenge. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Xavi Alonso. It is still anyone's game, 0-0.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Now it's Mbappe. That's a shade optimistic. Nice interception, well timed. Passes coming off in quick succession here. He has a look out. There's the shot! It's in! Finally, the deadlock is broken.
What a time to take the lead. But now comes the dilemma of whether you want to hold on or go for it again and try and extend your advantage. That's always been the harder option, in my experience.
Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
A 1-0 lead established.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
And here's Batistuta, and this is Luis Suarez. And that has left him in a heap. Well, he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. Played into space. Oh, that's superb. Big chance! He's scored! There seemed no way back, but they are level. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Kudus demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Substitutions taking place.
Barcelona are making a change now. That has certainly made things interesting.
Barcelona really can sense...
And the shot! Oh, what about that? And that may just do it! A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Barcelona complete their comeback, and now they only need to hold out for a few minutes.
Well, look, Peter, I feel I've got a...
Batistuta! And he's heaved it away. Oh, good steal, he just read it. That's really well cleared. And that will be the final act. A game that is a tale of one that got away. A position of... The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. There's the whistle.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation or so ago, Peter, and it does allow the fullbacks to play a key role in attack.
Yeah, they offer most of the width, don't they?
Exactly. You want them to be high up the pitch so they can get themselves into the final third whenever possible. This will, of course, ask an awful lot of the centre halves and the central midfielders, who'll need to drop into position and cover the spaces.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. Mbappe. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now it's Batistuta. Puskas. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And this is Messi. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Played into the box. And he gets rid in a hurry.
Well, neither team has yet managed to impose any authority, and as a consequence, this game's just drifted.
Now it's Messi. Now that looks a decent ball, and that's a good ball. Chance, surely! And the keeper couldn't hold it. Vieira. Ambitious ball here. Dink through, and he's certainly onside here. And the shot's on here.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And that's put paid to a promising move. Searching pass he's played there. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Xavi Alonso. Can he get it through? Goes for a shot! Superb goal!
Well, that's very much changed the complexion. It's also changed mindsets and moods in both teams, and it had to be him.
All over in seconds. That... And the referee brings the first half to a close. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead, and that gives them something to build on after the break. So your views on the first half?
Haven't played that badly. Getting caught again on the counter-attack is unlikely. They're switched on to that, and still very much in this game.
Leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. And we are already promptly back underway. Mbappe! And a terrific save from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And we have our very first corner. Villarreal are looking to go forward now. And they're not going to make any further progress now. And Batistuta! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
It's their second corner of the game. Defending of the desperate variety. Cross into the box. He's got tall. Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Yeah, it's good movement though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Xavi Alonso. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Batistuta. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, I think it's pretty clear. The message is to get the job done, and the sooner the better.
Mbappe! Mbappe! Oh, how good is that? That is a gem! An absolute gem! 2 up now, and they are cruising. A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Ah, that's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off? It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Oh, super find. Vieira. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Oh no, that was never going to make it. That's a cute ball. Maicon cuts it out. Now he's got space here. And this is Batistuta. Villarreal needed that. They really needed it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. Now that's well seen too. Ahead by 2 and just about into the home straight. Oh, that's neat. Chance for a shot! Yes! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. Well, it's taken a big deflection, but boy, he will want that one.
Substitution on the field.
And now he has 2.
Messi, number 15.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Number 19.
Nedved,
Scores.
and they win it
Number
back
24,
again.
Fletcher.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Has been indicated.
Puskás, he's gone for goal! And the keeper read that really well.
Substitution on the field. Number 9.
A moment to try and place
Number
the cherry on the
2,
cake.
Edmilson. Coming on the field, Van Nistelrooy. Number 13, Conte.
He can get that clear. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. So a real showpiece win. This lot was simply far too clever for their... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next
Hello,
2 hours,
everybody,
it
and
might not
welcome
feel
to
like
today's
that.
match.
The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. There's the whistle, and here we go. Well, versatility and work rate have always been the strengths of Darren Fletcher, but he's done all of that in the face down the years of some doubters, Jim.
Yeah, he was criticised when playing in more offensive roles for giving the ball away a little too often and poor positional sense, Peter, but it became pretty apparent he was better suited to a deeper role, a holding midfielder, a box-to-box player.
Yes, and he gets a lot of praise from the people who matter. That's to say his teammates. And it's Xabi Alonso. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Goes back. Threads one in. Always onto this. And this is Owen. He's found a way through. And Owen! Goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
Batistuta! He is desperate to get on the score sheet, but not this time.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get the reward if they can stick at this.
And we have our very first corner. Cannavaro gets it away. And now a sudden chance to counter. He's in a good position here. Now that looks a decent ball. Baresi cuts out the pass. And here's Suarez. Steaming on goalwards. It's Luis Suarez! In for the pieces! No mistake! They have hauled themselves right back into it!
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done to the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
That has certainly made things interesting.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides.
But he's gone for goal! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Cleared away. Rijkaard. And now they can spring out of defence. Deep cross.
That's good defensive concentration.
And the pass is intercepted. Great defending, strong and determined. Sergi did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Now it's Luis Suarez, and this is Batistuta. It is a corner. Corner number 2 then. He rises! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Aimed beyond the defence. Well read,
There will
nice
be 3
interception.
minutes added time.
And here's Owen. He's shifting through the gears here. Paraguay claiming a corner, and the referee concurs. This possibly the last play of the half. That's the keeper's ball. And the half-time whistle goes. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, I think the manager should be pretty happy that his side managed to come in on level terms. Things seem to be going a little against them, but they stemmed the tide, got their equaliser, and I think we're in for an exciting second half now.
That's been a decent 45 minutes. Competitive, certainly, and a goal each. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Lovely ball and a real chance. Luis Suarez! Oh, crossbar! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Oh, maybe it was one of those moments when he just caught it too well.
And he's quick to snatch it back. Robertson goes on a charge down the left. He's picked his way through. Cannavaro gets it away. There's the shot! A real chance and a real let-off.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
That's an imaginative pass. Shot could be on, and he shoots! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
It was such a clever idea to lift it into his path.
Paraguay have reclaimed it. That's a cute ball. He's through here. Shot at goal! They've got to be quick to recover this. No messing about, just bludgeoned away.
Substitution for Paraguay. Number 9, Owen. Number 5, Bellingham. Number
It's
7,
Nedved. It's Nedved!
Number 18.
Oh, that was a brilliant
Coming on the
save.
field,
Nedved is offering
number
a right
21,
smile there.
Mbappe. Number 14.
So, third
Kukçu.
corner of the game.
Number 23, Isco. Number 17, Joe Neves.
Shapes to shoot! They've scored! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
Goes for a shot! It's a goal! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable.
Header! He's done very well to get to that.
Forlan actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. That pass has been well intercepted. Driving through the middle. And the shot! That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Knocks it into space. Isco. Now it's Forlan. Oh, that's fabulous. Great vision.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Well, that defending
There will be
is
5 minutes
unapologetically
added time.
persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Engages and forces him off the ball. That's a nicely shaped ball. Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. Yellow or red? It is red. The player's body language here is a bit grim. It is not looking great at all. Well, he waited a little while, but it does seem that the referee was eventually convinced that that was a clear enough chance he denied.
Well, it's never nice to see...
Luis Suarez! He went for the curler. Costa Curta. João Neves. And that is that. They are pumped. Boy, they're pumped. A tough win earned through the power of will. And